Okay, it's the You Never Know Matt show. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the ABC model of cognition. Oh, is it dark? It's a little dark. Too bad. So it's the ABC model of cognition. So it's how we interpret and perceive the world and make sense of it and experience it. Okay. So A is an event happens. B is we interpret the event. And C, we feel a certain way and we act a certain way. So I'll give you an example. This is an old example. You're at a coffee shop and you're sitting there and you're waiting for your friend. You arrive on time at 8 o'clock. It's 8:10 now. What happens? You start to get a little fidgety. Right? Let's see if I can, yeah. You start to get a little fidgety. You start to come up with interpretations in your mind of what's happening. So C, that would be a C thing. You'd be like, I wonder where they are. Maybe they don't care. They're not here on time. And if they're persistently late, then that could be the case too, that you will be like, oh, they don't care about, the fact that they're late. And then maybe it's 8:30 and you start to go, maybe something bad happened. And you might start to get worried. You experience a worrying emotion. So A, they're late and time is passing. B is we have our interpretation, which we're usually unaware of, but we can become aware of if we want to change our experience. And then you have C as the emotional reaction and what we do. So an hour passes and we start calling them ferociously because we're worried that maybe they're not okay, or we're angry, right? So let's see the two reactions, or the B, right? You have A, they're late but for an hour, and it's like, and then you have the interpretation, which we're usually not aware of, and let's say we come to the conclusion that maybe they've been hurt. I hope you can see me. Maybe they've been hurt. So now we're calling them and we leave a concerned voicemail. Hey, I'm here. I'm not sure where you are. I hope everything's all right. But listen, we'll meet up another time. I just got to run right now. I can't really hang out too much longer. Right? We leave that voicemail, let's say. Or we throw that text out. Let's say the B part of this equation, A, B, C. A is the event. B is the interpretation, and C is how we act. So let's say B, they're an hour late, is A. That's the situation. And B, our interpretation is that we come to the conclusion that they don't really care to be on time. They don't really care to meet up with us. So we start sending angry texts. You know something? I don't think you really care to be on time, and I don't think we should really maybe even be friends at this point, right? So it's all about our interpretation, and our interpretation is often wrong. So I'm going to do some videos about our cognitive distortions, ways that B can get messed up. So you get A, situation, B, how we interpret it, which usually goes unnoticed because it's in our subconscious. I'm trying to get some light here. Hopefully the sound of my voice is enough for you. And then you have C, how you react emotionally and what you do.